All right, so today is July 3rd, 2022, and today's attendance contains Mitra, Pratulya, Sudan Karti, Kirtana, Tehin, Ananya, and Achyut. So, as usual, Achyut and Ananya, they have their presentations to make because I have given them the instructions that each time when they gather, they are supposed to come up with a presentation. Yesterday, Ananya made a very good presentation about the book that she finds it very fonding. And today, now let us hear from Achyut. What is the topic that he's having for this weekend to present? Achyut, what's the topic you have today?
It's like why do why do
Right,
teenagers like drift from parents and stuff?
right. That's something that I gave you last week, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's all listen to Achyut Venkat, who is going to make a presentation on why the teenagers are behaving on a different basis. I gave him a topic last week, and he's going to speak on the topic. Sudan, ready?
Well,
Tehin,
yeah.
ready? Right.
Yeah. When you're a little child, the first and closest people that will be with you are your parents. Parents will take care of you from a young age, and you'll always be with your parents. The parents will be at the center of your life and have the power in influencing who you are, from their personal habits to their favorite food to their professions. The world to you when you're young are your parents. But why do you move away from your parents when you become teenagers? It is becoming common practice everywhere now. Common parents give the most love to their children in order for them to succeed. So why do some teens move away from their love? Though many factors contributed to this phenomenon, the experience of new things is probably the biggest reason for this drift, and it has some good and bad consequences. In the olden days, teens were a lot closer to their parents. Back then, people typically had a business they run or had like a farm they run as a family. So kids go to school until they're mature enough to like start going to doing profession in the family has been doing like farming and thing. Though the childhood is relatively similar to our modern times, as the parent love of the child is no bigger than now. There's not much difference at a young age. The experience of teens are different, as the teens learned the skills
Off.
of the family back then and had a close bond with their parents, as they had to work with each other in order to run the business. Like they had to farm with each other. However, today, like teens are going to higher educational opportunities and different jobs which require less involvement with their parents. There's only so much information a parent can give a kid. Average parent knows the basics of everything to help their child at a young age, like good habits and simple addition and simple math, but they don't know the more advanced topics teens may learn, like trigonometry or like cell biology, which are all taught in today's schools. They don't share the same level of knowledge anymore on the topic the teenager needs to do. So combined with all the new trends in like the culture or like the new movies, new singers, to be with the people who share their interests and passions more, which are their friends, and less with whoever doesn't share their interests. This drift between teenagers and parents causes good and bad outcomes to occur. A good thing about this is how kids are now able to find what they like. They are not limited to one thing, but rather many things. And if a kid specifically likes one profession, it'll be a benefit for themselves and the society they live in. They are more likely to earn lots of money to help them get families of their own, and their knowledge and skill on a specific topic can help the society overall become better. For example, if a person who grew up in a farm showed a great ability to design and build things, today's education system will let them be able to become an engineer rather than a farmer and build new bridges and buildings that will help the society. Again, additionally, while boys were having some freedom to choose their jobs during the olden days, girls were often limited to housework and taking care of children that time. This family would see a girl as part of another house, as they would just be married off into another family back then. However, the rise of education made it possible for girls to do more than just housework and stuff. They were now able to become doctors, engineers, scientists like men, and they were able to like help contribute to society. Though there are good things, there are also some bad things that come from this drift. As the parents feel less and less important to their lives, it causes teenagers to leave. It causes teenagers to leave them for a better place. Desire is a major factor in human life. Everyone has some type of desire. And for teens, the exposure of new things will increase that desire. And like the desire of teens will often contradict what the parent wants of them. So so the teens will more or less drift away. This can be good. Sometimes like if teens develop a fascination of a topic that the parent doesn't like, but that can helps the society. That's a good case of when the drift may be okay. But like, however, it can go wrong as well. Like teens can more likely take cigarettes and alcohol, which could end up harming them in life, and like obviously that's something different from their parents because parents don't want their child to be there. But like in the end, like while the teen drift, it's a bit normal phenomenon, and like it won't necessarily like ruin the relationship between the parent and the teen in general, as most teens after like they get a job and finish their studies and start getting a stable job and get families, most of them will be good and like return back to their parents and take care of them in their older days. So that's it.
That's it, Ajit.
Yeah. So
Any questions? Anybody? Yeah. So you have a question from Uday Kirtana here. You can speak. It will receive.
So first of all, well done, Arjun. I have one sort of question. This you can say in your point of view. So after completing 12th, as most probably a teenager will attempt to a NEET or JEE for their upcoming studies. But if they fail, they attempt. In most of the cases here, we see that if they fail, they attempt to suicide or they plan to kill themselves. So in your point of view, how you can advise to that particular persons to overcome this or say some solution for it?
yeah, most of the time a parent is loving to their child. So like I would say go to their parents. Like the parent, like no matter what the parents knowledge may be with you, they may not share similarities with you, they still love you the most and they'll give you the most help they need to emotionally support you in order to do it. So I would say just go to the parent, go back to your parents and like tell them about this, and like they'll probably feel a lot better with this because they'll give the parents will give the motivation needed to like retry, because like they're not unlike strangers, like parents like love their child a lot more. So
Peacefully. You have any questions? Sudan? Pratulya? Okay, so my question to you after Kirtana's question is Ajit. Like you mentioned about they have to get on with parental guidance. Whatever it may be, they will have to get on with parental guidance. Now, my question is, what happens when there is no proper bond in the combination of the children and the parents, like a teenager and adult. Rather than saying children and the parent, it goes into a different proposition that it is about a teenager and the adult. So when the teenager and adult are joining together, there is always an expectation mismatch. And various studies reveal to us that there is always a disagreement, conflict, and a kind of misunderstanding between the adult parent and the teenage daughter or teenage son. Most of the fights, pranks, most of the disagreements are happening during this particular stage. Yeah, they repent, they regret in the later point of time that, Mom, I should have been a little bit kind to you. I should have been a little bit toned to you, but I've been behaving so erratically when I was a teenager. I'm really sorry. So all these stories are happening. But my question is, how do you think a teenager can be in the proper wavelength and in the proper page, in the same page, along with the parent? How is that going to be possible? Answer this as a teenager.
Well, like it first of all kind of depends on the parent. Like most parents will be loving of their teenager, and like even if the teenager may be all arguing, like the parent will love them no matter what. So like in that case, like teenagers, well, like for educational purposes, they can be a little bit distant. Like they have to still like they have to like spend time with their parents, like treat like as teenagers go with their friends like that, be with your parents more. Like that will increase the emotional bonding needed for the parents, and like it will make both sides happy during the time. And then so like teenagers, while the parent may not be able to help them, it's okay to go outside more, to have more friends, though. Like they have to just remember their parents, like they couldn't neglect them, or like don't completely break it off. So like you need to find a balance. So you need to find a good balance. And like if a parent is not like as supportive, like if they don't like the teenager, like go as like there's an aspiring teenager who wants to do a different profession than their parents tell, then like many teenage then just try to hide it, basically. Like you don't want to ruin that good relationship with your parent that like you don't want to hurt their parent, but like at the same time you don't want to hurt yourself. So like you have to try to make the parent happy is basically what I'm saying.
That's a good presentation, Achyut. Very well done. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
Right. So Achyut made a presentation on how to handle the teenage adversity. Now, Ananya, do you have a presentation today?
No, I don't.
All right. Okay, fine. So now Achyut has finished his job of making a presentation. There is a pending presentation by Sudan Karthik. Yesterday, he was not holding a proper time for a presentation. And once Sudan Karthik finishes, and then I have the responsibility of explaining Ananya and Achyut about the case study that we are dealing with. That is the game, a drama game that we are dealing with. But that will be after Sudan Karthik's presentation. Sudan, come on.
Good evening, one and all present here. Today's topic is this is a question asked to a person. All the deceivers, liars, and wrongdoers in the world are good, but those who are honest suffer greatly. Why is this injustice happening in the nature? This was asked to a person. The person said, "Imagine yesterday you were in the forest. You lived very well today, very well. Today you have come to live in the big city. If we live in the big city today, like we lived in the forest yesterday, we will suffer, isn't it? Will definitely come. Always be aware of the situation. When you get without understanding the situation and look for harm, you will like a fool. You are very good, but you live like a fool. Will it hurt to live like that? Someone deceives others and says that are living well, but how can you tell they are happy? Does living comfortably bring happiness? He may even suffer from any. We know absolutely nothing about him, but should we make such cheaters unable to get the help they need in this society? If God help him, knowing that he is cheating, if you give him power, will continue to cheat. Be it home, town, or a country, we should not give power to a cheater. Otherwise, he will be doing the right thing. It is becoming so in our culture now. The culture is changing. Like it's okay to steal. If we don't stop it now, the corruption outside will come inside the house. Won't. Thank you.
What's the topic?
Sir, topic means that wrongdoers, liars are living happily in the world, sir. But good persons, honest person are suffering a lot in the world, sir. Is the topic.
As a teenager, what is your solution for that? The good people are suffering a lot and they are not having their good days.
Yes, sir.
So some of our relatives, even in our house, your dad is doing a good job, but still he's suffering. And
Yes.
the salary professional is doing a good job, still he's suffering. A good businessman is doing good business, honest business, but he's suffering. But a smuggler, he's really happy. A person who is doing unlawful things, he's really happy.
Yes, sir.
So, what is your solution for this? How can we avoid this situation? That good people should live happy life, bad people should be punished. So, if that should happen. What should a teenager like you do, or what youngsters? I get a question.
புரிஞ்சுங்க சார்.
ஒரு youngster உங்களுடைய solution. கொஞ்ச நேரம் time எடுத்து யோசிச்சு சொல்லுங்க. So you want to think about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other simpler questions? Yeah.
Thanks.
So my question is, do you believe in a myth or even a fact that people, like good people who are suffering, after a very long time, they will definitely have some attitude to their life? Do you believe in this fact or this whatever you call it? You can call it a myth or a fact. Do you believe that good people who are suffering a lot at one time be very happy and spend very happy time to their loved ones? So do you believe in
Yes,
that?
sir. I believe.
What's the reason?
Oh, sir.
தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க.
சார் இல்லைங்க சார், பிலீவ் பண்றேங்க சார்.
இது என்ன காரணம்?
சார் நல்லதுக்கு காலம் இருக்குதுங்க சார், எப்பவுமே இருக்கு.
Wait. Okay, so Sudhar Gandhi has promised us today that we make it without referring to the notes. So maybe you will wait. Okay, good job, sir. Now, let's get to the unfinished business. Ananya and Achyut, before I give and before I put you in a team for your own contribution towards this, maybe you can involve them also. After I explain the case, they might be coming up with some solutions. So I'll give a device to you. Get their points also. You already finished planning. Okay, I will give both of them some time. Let Ananya and Achyut discuss and let them come with a solution. You come with yours and we three will come with ours. Okay? Ananya and Achyut, yesterday I gave a kind of a case study to these people. There's a new student called as Avantika. She is Kirtana's contemporary. Both Kirtana and Avantika are ready to go to college and the colleges are yet to open. In order to give a proper foundation for Avantika's course, Avantika is going to do her PhD, her BSc in psychology, and she has already joined the college. So her parents thought I could give her some real foundation because I'm a psychologist. So Avantika, right from childhood, herself and her brother used to be my students. So I have changed the format pretty radically in order to fit Avantika's foundation. So I gave a story. The story goes like this. There are two characters in the story. So Ananya and Achyut, you both can even discuss within yourselves and you can come up with some solution. The two people, one male character, his name is Arjun, another female character, her name is Shanti. You see, this Arjun is an IAS aspirant. He wants to be an IAS officer, whereas Shanti wants to be in a multinational corporation as a salaried employee. Okay, two different dreams, but both are at the same age, very strong and aspiring youngsters. Now, there are two problems in either of them, one character issue and one fear issue. Now, let me speak about Arjun first. Arjun's character flaw. The flaw in Arjun's character is that he always gets so emotional and he always gets very sensitive, thinking if he would be really able to withstand the other people's expectations. Will I become an IAS officer? Will my friends believe that I'll become an IAS officer? Will my mom and dad believe that I'll become an IAS officer? I don't think so because I don't think I would be able to withstand all these people's expectations. So he frequently doubts himself. Okay. Although the man is a grown up guy, he frequently doubts himself. He doubts his character. He doubts his skills. He doubts his everything. So this is the character flaw about Arjun. Let's come to Shanti. Shanti is a very capable candidate. And this girl has got a peculiar problem. And the problem is Shanti does not like men because she had a very ransacked kind of childhood where her dad was not raising her properly and he was showing a lot of aversion and hatred towards Shanti. This ultimately led Shanti to grow a kind of a permanent hatred and aversion towards the mankind and towards the men. So she's a female chauvinist. She thinks only female gender can achieve many things men cannot. But Shanti is going to work in the multinational corporation under a male boss. She's going to be given the payroll by a male supervisor. So, but she has got this particular superior complex. Now let's come back to Arjun. Arjun has got some fear. So fear is fear of darkness, fear of animals, fear of reptiles, fear of sensitive things, fear of work pressure. He has got all those fear. This is Arjun's fear entity. Now let's come back to Shanti. Shanti's fear is, you see, if I'm happy today, tomorrow I might suffer. So when God gives me happy days, then I myself will conclude that some misfortune is going to come. So she anticipates the misfortune. She thinks that, okay, I'm smiling today, fine. So it's a beautiful indicator that tomorrow I will cry. So such a pessimistic and cynical thinker. So she scares of unfortunate things. She scares misfortune. So these are all the problems of Arjun and Shanti. Now, the twist over here is you both, like there are three teams here. Team number one is Ananya and Achyut. Team number two is Mitra, Avantika, Kirtana, and Pratulya. Team number three is Sudan Karti, Tehin, the little boy, and my own self. We three are in one team. Okay. Now the problem is, if you two are the guidance counselors for Arjun and Shanti, what kind of guidance you will give? Because on September 1st, they both have their respective interviews. Arjun has got IAS interview and Shanti has got the final interview for getting placed in an MNC. All right. So you need to give them some solutions. But the challenge here is both of you, both the guidance counselors have got criminal cases against your name. Ananya is an accused and Achyut is an accused too. And you are yet to prove your innocence to the court. Yes, you are innocent people, but accusation has been made. Allegations have been made against your names. And you need to prove yourself pure. And only then Arjun and Shanti will listen to you. So your challenge is you have got solutions. Although you have got solutions for these two people, how are you going to drive the point home when they think and when they supremely believe that you both are criminals and you've got civil cases against your names? So this is the same case study I have given to that team, I have given to this team, and I have given to you also. So maybe you both can discuss and brainstorm your solutions and come with a proper stock of solutions for Arjun's problem and Shanti's problem. Do you have any questions, Ananya and Achut?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. So your team talk time is given to you. So these girls wanted a little bit of extra team talk time. So I'm giving that team talk to them. And you can also take team talk time. How much time do you need? 10, 15, how much time?
Yeah, around 10 minutes should be
Around
enough.
there.
Around 10 minutes. Okay, right. Fine. So you both can speak. I will be in a mute fashion. And this earpiece is always active. So if you've got any clarifications, you just speak, I will gather. I'll get the feed.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
And
Okay.
your team talk finalization time, Ananya Ajit's team talk time starts right now. Yeah.
Okay, so first we need to prove that we're innocent, and then we need to help them, right?
Yeah, we need to.
Right, yeah. So
It's him. I knew like the answer until like that twist. Okay.
yeah. Okay, well, for the solutions for Shanti and Arjun,
Yeah. Achut and Ananya, you both as a team can now give your solutions. We are listening to you. Come on.
okay, sir. So, what we were thinking is because we are, hypothetically, we are accused of being criminals, we could create fake identities instead of trying to prove ourselves innocent. But we would create fake identities as like therapists or like people who can help others for like mentally, and this would make Arjun and Shanti trust us. So to help Shanti, we were thinking we could like try to relate with her. Like if she had like a father that abused her or something, we could say that we have the same, like we have a father that abused us too. So we can relate with her, and then once she trusts us enough, we can like push her to talk to other men kind of, and she could like ease up and become friends with some of them, and like maybe she'll overcome that complex and she'll be able to do well in her like job that's coming up and her job interview. And Achut, do you want to explain what we're gonna do for Arjun?
Yeah, sure. So Arjun, like the first step is pretty similar to the first step of Shanti. So like we kind of relate to Arjun. Like he has all these fears and stuff. And like we could use like our criminal, like we may be accused criminals, like we may like blame the accusations on like the different fears like we have faced, and like it could kind of like we could gain Arjun's sympathy and stuff. Like he'll feel more emotionally attached to us, and like we can basically give like stories to explain the fear, like not like scary stories about them, but more like mild stories. And then like afterward we can send him to like a camp where like he can face those fears, because he gains the confidence like, oh, I need to face those fears, I need to get rid of it. So we can send him to a camp where like there's highly trained professionals that will basically help them overcome the fear, basically. And then yeah, and then like to avoid the crime, even if we're accused, like the gay we probably have no way to like, there's little we can do to help to physically like show that we are actually trustworthy. So we have to gain them emotionally through their minds. And like we can do when we did it through like sharing this relating to their experiences, which will like help them gain our trust basically, because like we both face the same thing, even though we probably didn't. Yeah.
So both Achyut and Ananya have been coming up with some solutions for these people. And to make the long story short about both of your solutions is taking the frame of references and trying to get the learning from the people who have already succeeded. So to sum up, can I say like that, Ananya and Achyut?
Yeah, something like that, sir.
Right. Okay.
Basically,
Fine.
yeah.
Right. I really like that idea of sorting out the problem of you both being called as criminals. Well, that's something that's going to work out. Your idea is definitely going to work out. But my question about your presentation is, do you really think this male hatred, the hatred over the male gender that is very much immersed into Shanti's character, do we really think that that can be short-lived? And what's the best solution for taking that permanently out? Do you have any solution for taking permanently out? Because you go to your classroom, you will have some girls. Ananya's classroom will contain some girls who would say something ill about boys. Achyut's classroom would contain some of the girls who would speak ill about boys. All those are kind of insecure feelings. Psychologically speaking, they are a little insecure. And that's why they basically believe that the boy's gender is low. So my question is, how can we take that weakness out of the character Shanti? Anyone?
Okay. So like we kind of, the way we addressed this issue in the presentation was through like saying, oh, we have an abusive father as well, and like how we overcame it, and like which similar to like what we did for Arjun, gained the sympathy of Ananya. So like first we can say not most men are good. There's just some really bad men that's out there. So that's like your first gain the sympathy. But like for like the long run, and to make it long run, like maybe like Ananya has, I mean, oh wait, I sorry, Shanti has to gain the trust of like of some other and so like she has to, so like we would probably get some good men friends that are male that would make sure that will like likely support and like won't like abuse her, but like yeah, we would probably get her some friends that are male, and like if she has some male friends, like her hatred for it will like a lot will decrease a lot. So like that probably would be a long-term solution.
Ananya, you want to add something?
Yes. So the idea of getting him like getting her a male friend, it would like Ajud said, it would help dissipate her hatred of men a lot. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think he said it well.
Okay, got it. So, good presentation by Achyut and Ananya. Very well done. Right. So now, after listening to Achyut and Ananya's interface of how I've given him some work, how Arjun and Shanti can come across. It's time for our team. That is, I'm also on a team. So the team's leader is Sudan Karti. So basically, it's Sudan Karti, myself, and there is one more person in our team. And basically, the person is busy with something else. I should show you the person. The person is a very busy person. See? And he is currently involved in a project. Say hi. Right. Okay. So, like Ananya and Achyut, you might have witnessed now. So you will have a fourth grader in the class. I mean, he's a second grade, right? First grade. So first grader in the class, a 10th grader in the class, a college going student in the class. So you both are there. So that's the heterogeneous kind of nature that we have in our class. So Susan Karthi and myself are going to make presentation. So first of all, I would ask Susan Karthi to give the presentation. So you can stay there. You can stay there and you can use this mic and you can speak. Book reading of the knowledge. Susan Karthi will be the first person in our team to make presentation. After that, I will take over.
Good evening, honorable passenger. I will say to Arjun that to read books in this way. He read books. He can. It is very helpful to him. It will be very helpful to him. This method is known as Pqrc method. P means preview, Q means question, R means read, S means summary, and T means test. For first, I will take the preview. Check the table of contents. First, if you're taking a book, first you check all the lessons. What lessons? What is about you think and see. Next, you ask question. For example, plant anatomy. What is mean by plant? What is mean by anatomy? You itself think. You itself ask question in your mind. Next, you read the whole lessons. Whole lesson with a fully understanding way. Next, you summary. You itself keep as a test and write your answers. You itself make own questions and write as a test. Next, the test should be written in a very neat way, and you should correct the answered by you. Correct the questions answered by you. This is the method I will say to Arjun by book reading. Next method is reading time regulation. I'll say that the Arjun to read many books. It is very helpful to him. I will say that read the books of old IAS officers written by IAS officers. Uh, it can avoid from him from fear. So I will say him to read that old books written by IAS officers. Uh, next, next topic I'm going to say is about to Shanti. Don't judge all men like your father. This is the next topic I will say to Shanti. I will say that all men is not like your father. You should not judge only a single person. You should not judge only a single person. You should know about all the persons. All the persons are not like that single person. So you should not judge like a single person.
Done. 70? 70 வரைக்கும் தான் தெரியுமா? அதுக்கே அழுகுற? Why do you cry? அதுக்கே அழுகுற? பரவாயில்ல 10,000 வரைக்கும் தெரியும். சரி பரவாயில்ல. 70 வரைக்கும் கவுண்ட் பண்ணிட்டியா? சரி அந்த 70 வரைக்கும் கவுண்ட் பண்ணது மட்டும் எழுதிடு. மற்றது எல்லாமே பாக்ஸ்ல அந்த பாக்ஸ்ல போட்டு. ஓகே ரைட், டோன்ட் வரி. Don't worry, okay? As my teammate Sudhan Karthi mentioned, reading the books and giving the solutions in the form of interventions. Now, I would like to take over from there. Point number 1, I'm maintaining the eye contact between you and them, okay? Point number 1, as we had our team discussion in our team talk, first of all, we would tell Arjun and Shanti that yes, we are culprits. Yes, we have criminal cases against our names, but we have some solutions to be given to you. And if you are able to listen, or if you are really willing to hear us out, we would be speaking to you. And we would convince somehow, because even a person who is going to be executioned for his lifelong criminal acts will be given 5 minutes span to speak out his mind. So we will have the confidence that we will be allowed to speak our mind. So we will speak to Arjun and Shanti, myself and Sudhan Karthi. My first solution to Arjun would be, as Sudhan Karthi mentioned, anyhow, as an IAS aspirant, he should be reading a lot of books. So when he is reading a lot of books, myself and Sudhan Karthi will take a lot of efforts to collect the books written by the former retired IAS officers and IPS officers. And we'll ask Arjun to read those books. Because a fellow mate in an industry can give tangible solutions to a person in the same industry. And Arjun will be really looking forward to it. And we have established contacts with the retired officers, and we have got the books. This is solution number 1 for Arjun. Solution number 1 for Shanti is we would ask her to go to some companies and have a field visit. So when she goes and have the field visit, she will get a lot of information about how she can manage. So these are the first solutions for Arjun and Shanti. Second solution will be putting them September 1st is their interview date. So we got July in between, we got August in between. So we would be talking to a government grievance redressal cell, and we will arrange a 2 months crash course both for Arjun and for Shanti. Shanti will undergo a crash course for getting rid of that female chauvinism, and Arjun will go the crash course for getting rid of the tiny little bit of fears and phobias that he's having. So this is our second solution. And the third solution is asking them to get into a lot of vlogs and blogs written by their industry people. So when they read, when they listen, when they watch documentary films, they will have a lot of interface knowledge, and they will be getting into the industry. Now, final solution we would like to give, common solution for both Shanti and Arjun, is manifesting them into therapies. So therapy number 1 will be repeated stackings therapy. Repeated stackings therapy will get give the information to them as to how they will have to inculcate positive emotions. And the next therapy we will be giving a therapy called as scramble therapy, where negative patterns of the mind will be deleted and positive patterns will be replaced. And the third and final therapy that we would be giving is CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, where we will hypnotize every day, at least twice or thrice, and we will condition their mind to get out of all the fears and to get out of all the weaknesses. And that can be done by Youth Corp Training Solutions, Money and Suresh. So, or any other psychiatric clinic, whatever it may be. So these are the solutions that we are having. So it is not about the ideology of Arjun and Shanti. It is about the subconscious feeding of Arjun and Shanti. There, myself and Sudhan Karthi will work out, and we will clear things up. This is our solutions. So we had bifurcated these solutions into 14 points, out of which 4 points Sudhan Karthi mentioned. And I have clubbed all the points together and I have given. Okay. You have any questions, Ananya and Achyut? about our solutions?
No, sir.
Okay, right. How much time you have, Ajit and Ananya?
I mean, I can stay until.
You can stay until.
One.
Ajit, how about
Yeah.
you?
Same. I can stay.
Okay, right. Because the most important segment of today's session is Team Avantika's presentation, which is going to start now. I'll go bring Mitra here and then you can start. Okay. So how do you want the good job, Sudan Karti? Well done. So how do you want the seating arrangement? So you can make the seating. You have got anything about the seating arrangement? Normal 2 chairs, fine. Because whatever it is, you can face the camera over here and make so that they both can also. Right. Kirtana, please. Okay, I'm just looking ways to arrange a proper view for Ananya and Ajit. Okay. So who wants the mic? Yeah, you can hold the phone for them.
Okay. Okay, correct. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Here we are going to show you how Arjun and Shanti get over their weaknesses and they get to know each other. So here they meet up in a train where they are actually traveling to the same place, but they don't know each other before. So they meet up for the first time and they get to know that they're going to the same place where there are events which they're going to take part in. So they have to get introduced. They're getting introduced now. But this is Arjun and this is Shanti. As Shanti has the weakness of judging people, and she's having the mindset that all men are not the same. She's as she has a mindset that because of her father, she judges all the men as the same. So we have to get her over that weakness. And Arjun is scared of darkness, and he does not get mingled in a crowd. So he also has to get over that. So here we see how they get into a conversation and they get over their weaknesses and their characteristics and how they talk to each other.
You can have the mic there. Have the mic there. All you have to do is just speak louder and it will make you. Phone and mic on the back. So that you can hear.
The first hi sir, அப்புறம் நான் அப்புறம் நீங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் அவங்களுக்கு
Okay, so now Arjun and Shanti start conversing with each other. Try to converse.
hi.
So when Arjun is trying to talk to Shanti, Shanti feels as Arjun is trying to converse, she feels that he might not be she's not believing in men. So she feels that Arjun might be somewhere rude, or maybe she's scared to mingle with the men.
So now I'm going to say Arjun's mind water. So if I say hi to her, why she's not responding, what happened? I just trying to introduce with her, but she's not responding. What we can do? Try to introduce, or can we make this or not?
So this is actually Arjun's mic.
Right, sir.
Okay. So Shanti, can I start conversing with him? Or I don't know how I don't know about him. Is he good? Or I don't know what to reply. So she's actually scared. Shanti is very scared of men because she has experienced how her father has treated her, and she does not believe in men.
Please, so now, sir, we get on to the second sequence, sir. So still the conversation stops, sir. Sir, here as we have less member in the direct form, sir. In place of Shanti, Pratulya's sister. So now she is filling of the role of Shanti, sir. And in the place of Arjun Kumar, we imagine that there is a person. So I will have to go accompany this person. Yeah.
So Pratulya Shanti here.
Shanti here, sir. I am a colleague of these two people, sir. That's the guidance counselor. And I am a friend of Shanti. So this is the setting. And now we are spinning off and we are coming to the question.
So then you're understanding? Good setup. We really like this setup. Nice idea. Nice idea.
Hi. I didn't even expect that we moved up the same. Okay, so these two are my colleagues. They are working with me in the company. So we all are teaming up together for one event that we'll be having like in another 3 days. So we are all, I'm just accompanying them. They two are clubbing together. So I thought I have different work with the destination. But you know, there is one tragedy that has happened in these two people's life. One big tragedy happened in these two people's life, and still they are not able to get rid of it. You know, the pain that a person would have when he or she is accused for a particular thing which they haven't even committed. These two people haven't even committed a mistake, and they have been accused by the societal people, by the common people. Like their conspiracy has been laid by their enemies. Normally in companies you would have competitors, right? Their competitor has laid a conspiracy on them, and still they are actually into the problem because they're not able to prove their innocence. And we also had many trial sessions in the court, but still they have not been able to prove their innocence. These things happened, and just I thought I could take them towards the event. I don't think you may be aware of the event, but in another 2 days we have an event, so I thought we could take them to divert. Oh, okay. So let's see after the event when we are returning back. Let's see if we are meeting up. Okay, so I have to get off in this station. So you three mingle and I'll get off. Bye. Bye. All the bye.
அவ்வளவு ரியலிஸ்டிக்கா எல்லாம் பேசி இந்த ட்ரெயினோட ட்ரெயின் கரெக்டா
அக்கா நீங்க நேரேஷன் கொடுத்துட்டு நீங்க வந்து உட்காந்துக்கோங்க. நேரேஷன் நீங்க கொடுத்துட்டீங்க பாருங்க. அதாவது பிரத்துலியா மறுபடியும் அதுக்கு தான் நான் அது சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க வந்து உட்காந்து.
Okay, now here Pratulya is again Arjun and Mitra is Shanti.
Okay, so which company you both are working in?
Vasant and Co.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that person like is Sugati also working with you?
Yeah, she is my colleague.
Oh, yes, colleague. Okay. So how is your work going on?
Doing well. Good.
So great. So now as Shanti is having like an inner phobia that she's having hatred towards men.
focusing only to the girls.
Yes, sir.
She
Focusing
speaks
to
only to the girls.
the girls, sir.
While Arjun is there, she's not focusing.
Yes, sir. But Arjun being among these three people is feeling a little awkward and he tries to communicate again. Because when he is surrounded by three other people who are speaking constantly, he would feel a little lonely. So he starts to communicate. And as Shanti has the judging power, she understood that he is actually like, she's having a belief on Arjun Kumar that he is a good guy. So this sequence, this will happen and we will see how Arjun Kumar tries to communicate with the other people. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so do you have any upcoming projects?
Yeah, within 2 days. No, we are just planning to go for an event. So within 2 days, we have an event. So we need to plan for it.
Hi, ma'am. What is your name?
My name is Avantika.
Okay, this is your seat.
Yeah,
Who is she?
she's my colleague.
Okay, what are you doing? Which work are you doing?
I'm preparing for my UPSC.
Oh, UPSC examination. So is it done or you just how many months?
In September only the exam is interview is coming. I done my exam.
Okay, okay. So how much cutoff you have scored in UPSC examination?
70.
Oh, that's actually a good score. And all the best for your interview.
May I know your name?
My name is Shanti. I'm actually, and so on the same date, actually, there's a coincidence. On September 1, I do have an interview in Multinational Corporation company, so I have to go there. So I'm actually trying to attempt something like work in a big company, so that I'm not actually a person who thinks too much, because I just want to live an ordinary life, being happy and experiencing all these sorts of failures and success a person could face. So I'm going for an event. After 2 days, I have an event.
I also have a event.
Oh, everyone.
Where are you going?
We are actually going to. We have the next stop right in Mumbai. So there we are having an event.
We do our
We
same
do
stuff.
having same.
Oh,
same.
that's a
We also have this.
Oh, I'm
That's a coincidence.
Yeah,
we
I'm
are
actually
meeting up in the same
staying-
place.
Yeah, you're right. I'm actually staying in AIM Resort. Which resort?
Same result.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
we
you have
also
already
same.
booked. Oh, that's great. So I think we would have a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Mumbai land also.
So now we land in Mumbai and we all plan to club up together for all the events and spend time together in the event where we are going today.
Sir, so now it is the next sequence, sir. Like in the same resort, sir, as we have all the advantages or like formalities we have, sir, we club us together, we go for mall, we visit malls and other shopping complexes, sir. And we have a lot of time like going for trips around various monuments and so many things, sir. Now it is the next sequence, sir, the event day, sir. So actually the event is a car race, sir. It has a different functionality. It happens in the night, sir. It starts from night 11 p.m. to the next morning 6 a.m., sir. So you'll have to travel all around the road where there will be no street lights fully like entering a bungalow, a ghost bungalow, sir. It would have lots of trees, sir. It would be very dark, and the only light we would have is the car headlights, sir. So this is where they four are traveling, and this is where
Arjun comes over.
Arjun comes over. Would you like to explain about this now? Like
Yeah,
Arjun-
here in this event, we are here mainly focusing for Arjun to overcome his fear of darkness so that he can improve his weakness, and also he can get over the weakness of facing the crowd. So he also can participate in the event and also get over the weakness. This is the main point where he faces this challenge.
Sir, I like to add few points. Sir. So here we focus one, as our colleague said, sir, here we focus only upon Arjun, sir, as a two weakness, sir, our darkness and facing the overall crowd, sir. So for facing the overall crowd, he doesn't have any solution, sir. He himself will overcome within himself, sir, the step by step, sir. So for example, if we have got a fever, sometimes it depends on medicine, sir. Sometimes it depends on us, our confidence, sir. This he applies here, sir. He thinks that okay, nothing is there in a crowd. We'll enjoy with the people. We enjoy everything, sir. Enjoyment is there in his mind, sir. Then he will overcome by itself, sir. And we'll give a solution for that.
Sir, and at the same time, Shanti is having a great experience traveling in the car with her teammates, sir. So at that time, she is happy, but still she has an instinct that the next morning she would face something sad, sir. Now this is the solution part.
So it's a break-even point where both Shanti and Arjun will have their break.
Yes, sir. Now they are traveling, and it is where solution part takes place, sir. And as we have less members, sir, I am spinning off to the role of a guidance counselor.
No, if you want, I will give it.
Shanti, you are a place first.
Okay, so what
You are Shanti conductor, me.
what does Arjun do?
Sir, Arjun actually explains his problem and Shanti explains her problem. Sir, the guidance counselor start giving their solution.
Okay.
Means the what, sir?
Okay, you have to Shanti now. Because that was manpower here. So I would like to give the information to Ananya and Achyut that I'm participating in this skit and I'm playing the role of Arjun. And so far, are you clear, Ananya and Achyut?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. sir.
Okay, right. Fine. Thank you. Since the mic is operational here, if the speaker is also off. So if you're communicating something, just put up a message here in the chat box. Or Ananya, you just switch on the video. I'll be able to understand that you are having something to say. Otherwise, if there is nothing to say, please carry on listening to this presentation. Okay? Right. Three, two, one, in character, everybody.
And then a great night ride and it started 1 a.m. in the morning. So we still have around 5 to 5.5 hours to cover the whole distance. Okay, so Arjun Kumar, you seem very
Nervous. I am nervous. Because you people are, why are you people mocking her? Because I wanted to speak to her alone. I wanted to speak to her alone. And I wanted to speak to you alone. You never gave me a chance. You're always gathered. Why? I mean, maybe because of that, let me be very honest with you. Out of my chest, I'm saying I'm not okay with the kind of environment where people are mobbing together, people are coming, flocking together. I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm appearing to answer your question.
But only group of people would be able to do something successful. Always friendship, teamwork makes a thing successful.
That's precisely why I have chosen this IAS option. If I become a collector, I saw the collector's bungalow. The collector's bungalow is pretty simple. It's cool. 1,500 square feet of a room, and collector is the only person sitting there. I want that kind of an environment where you're not disturbed and you keep signing the files, you keep making decisions, and people should not come approach you. So that is why I chose IAS.
Don't you feel lonely at those times?
No, I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable. See, my palms are watering, my feet are perspiring, I'm getting sweat.
You want some aspirin or paracetamol?
No, by looking at you, I am getting even more perspiration. Because your face has got that kind of a figure. So I'm sorry, no offenses.
Why you are also looking nervous? Are you in the same case?
Now I'm so happy because all my friends are here and I'm speaking to them frankly and I'm very happy of seeing all your faces. Now I'm happy, but at the next morning I will be so sad because if I'm happy, the God will not be satisfied. The God will give a sadness at the next morning itself. So I'm so afraid and nervous of the next morning.
Absolutely. I have similar kind of problems, but that's manageable.
What problem you
I'm telling you, that's why you see, my father and mother are expecting me to become a IAS officer, but my cousin is doing really well as an IPS officer. They tend to compare me with her. She's 4 years younger than me. I'm 27 now, and she's 23, and she has already passed the mains examination, and she's going to Delhi NCR for attending that interview. So I'm getting very low when I think of
How confident are you for your exam?
my exam. I can really manage because it's a closed circuit. You see, you have paper, you have question paper, and nobody's watching you, so I can clear
Your
it.
interview?
That's again, people like you will mob around. 4 or 5 people will be there. I will not be able to answer.
But in your life, if you take, in a sense, you have a few sequence which you alone, but remaining 99%, you will be around with few people, right?
That's where I'm looking after for some solution from you guys, so you can give me some solutions if you.
So here we'll introduce some therapies first. So first, the therapies I'm going to say it's about manifestation, sir.
Mhm.
So,
My name is Arjun.
oh,
You did not call me sir. I'm a very youngest person.
so this is applicable for both of you, Shanti as well as Arjun.
Manifestation therapy.
You both listen to this. I even have a note in the dashboard, take it and write it down. You believe in your mind?
I
You're
have.
actually serving in your mind. I could sense you. I could see your face in sunset.
Thank you. I don't want to leave any stones unturned, so I would also take a note. Yes, madam, you can.
So the first, there are few steps to consider. So the first step is, first thing, you should fix your time. So it may take early morning around 4:30 to 7, or you may take around 6 to 8 around evening. So first sit in your comfort position. Either you can lie down or you can be sit or lie down. You close your eyes, count from 100 to 1. First, if you're counting, in a sense, you as a teenager, you will be able to attend around 50. You can attend like alpha level. Begin to go for an alpha level. If you're not coming after crossing 1, if you're not attending to alpha level, again you should count from 25 to 1. You need to attend it. If you're not attending it, you again till you're coming to alpha level, you need to attend it. So what I'm saying this alpha level, because in alpha level you doesn't have any sort of you don't sorry.
It's okay.
You don't have any sort of distractions. His main is that you should concentrate only on a particular thing which you are imagine or picturizing in your mind.
Can I visualize myself being confident amongst the mob?
Yes, of course.
Is that also possible?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So in alpha level, there is no distractions. We'll only concentrate on the particular thing which we are imagining in front of you, not any other distractions. If you attend to an alpha level, close your eyes, think of a sadder situation which you overcome. So in your case, you're afraid of darkness, right?
Yeah, I was very afraid last night. It was very dark. That's point number one. And earlier in the evening, I had about 75 people in the market and I felt very, very bad. So can I take those? Your face is giving a lot of variating light now.
It is 1 a.m.
Okay.
in the morning. Okay?
Right.
It's very dark. Look around. I think you have some.
Thanks for being a timepiece for me.
I think you have some symptoms. Let's take the doctor or get back.
Absolutely. When you go to the ENT, I will also go. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, we'll take the situation. If you're afraid of darkness, close your eyes. Think of the darkness, a sadder situation. You were like. Yeah.
You were like afraid of it, right? So close your eyes, think of you were afraid, you are around, you are running around here and there, and
There's a feeling. There's a scared feeling.
scared
You can
feeling, sir.
feel.
Close your eyes and think, concentrate on that, and you just keep it and push it from left to right.
Right.
Left to right. If what does it mean, right? You're just
Freeze. What Kirtana is trying to explain. What Kirtana is trying to explain is a therapy called as manifestation therapy, in which the negative aspects can be relieved. So she is explaining that as a part of Arjun's therapy. So for the kind information to Ananya and Achyut, manifestation therapy is something that Kirtana is already practicing, and her sister Brinda is also practicing. So she is trying to involve that as a solution for the troublesome person. Excuse me, please. அவனுக்கு ஆக்டிவிட்டி முடிஞ்சிருச்சு. அப்ப அடுத்த ஃப்ரைடே நான் சொல்றேன். Bye bye. So I'll tell you, Friday வரும்போது
bye. Bye.
Bye bye. So, ஆஃப் பண்ணிடு. இல்ல ஆஃப் பண்ணு. எனக்கு வேணாம். அப்படியா? Comfortable? We have another 10 minutes to finish. இல்ல, not for the parents. அடுத்து வந்துட்டு தாத்தா வந்து. So, later say so. Yeah, so let us get back. Kirtana was explaining about manifestation, and please understand that the pushing thing in the manifestation, that's where we got interrupted. That's the key factor in manifestation exercise. Back in character.
So you should push from left to right for 5 times. Here,
can you explain why specifically left to right?
So where, sorry,
Arjun.
Always you are sitting in the company saying that.
At least one person under the sun is giving me respect. Why don't you allow that?
You are actually younger than us. That's the actual giving respect to everyone.
We should teach a lot of moral values to that lady. Yeah. Yes,
You
please.
actually, I should advise you not to. Okay. Sir, right? Sorry.
You are worthy that. Ama.
So Arjun, your right brain says about your past. Sorry, left brain says about your says about your past, and right brain says about your present as well as your future.
Right.
So the thing which you are afraid is past, right? So if you're pushing it from left to right, you're just pushing it to your future.
So we give an impression to the mind that we want that in the future.
Yeah. So here you're pushing in the sense you are just breaking out it. You're just breaking out your fear or whatever you're afraid of it. You're just breaking out. Again, after doing it 5 times, you need to imagine again. You need to close your eyes. You need to imagine the happiest thing. If you're in a darkness, you should feel like happy. You should break that fear or a scare. You should feel like sort of happiness. You should imagine like sort of thing. Then if you're in a surround 100 to 200 people, you're just enjoying as they are in sort of enjoyingness, and you are enjoying. You should feel like you're enjoying. This is the main thing you should do in this. So you're breaking out your past, or you're breaking out your fear, and you're just saying your brain that if in this situation I will be like this. So this is your conclusion. After doing this, you should count from 20 to 1. Then you can
Open up.
Also
teach that therapy to this lady. She is always having a hatred towards men, and she never even bothered to say an appreciation for something that I did good. Why are you like this? Why don't you learn from her and do the therapy? And we have got some respectful men in the men pattern. Okay, so we try to do that. Shanti, go on, yes.
He has a belief now.
Oh So manifestation, out of character. Manifestation is the solution that you're looking for, Shanti. First solution. Yeah, that's it.
Sir, I will give first, sir, and
We will check if they have time.
okay.
How many solutions totally? One finished. Three solutions. Ananya and Achyut, they have got 3 solutions for this specific case. Kirtana has explained 1. Mitra has got 1 in store, and Avantika has got 1 in store. So it's definitely going to take another 10-15 minutes. Are you staying?
Yes, sir.
I will.
Achyut? Okay, right. Fine then. Thank you. Good. I also wanted you guys to learn this. Right. So let us get back to business. Are you following? Captain America. And இங்க சைடு வா சுதன். எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் அங்கே தெரியுது. சரி சரி. நல்லா சொன்னேன். இங்க யாருக்கு தெரியல மறந்து. அவனுக்குமா? நீ பிரியா மேடம் கிட்ட பேசு. அடிக்கடி சரி இன்னைக்கு சரியா நாளைக்கு காலையில் மறுபடியும் சரி மறுபடியும் அலர்ஜி அதுதான் ஹீமோகுளோபின் கம்மியா என்னமா சொன்னா இல்லையா இம்யூனிட்டி We'll go to the doctor. Sir, okay, right. Activity. So I'm little convinced with the manifestation therapy that you taught me. Hope it is helping to Shanti also. But then I would also say that I'm not totally convinced.
You fully be convinced now. Okay, good. I will the second one.
Okay.
So to Arjun, what I would like to suggest for increasing your confidence is you can take up many mock interviews, mock tests, so that you'll feel upgraded in each of your mock tests. So in the first interview, you may find out that you're having one set of weakness, and the second one you can correct those, and you can feel better. You'll feel more confident the next time. So once you take up these mock interviews, at the end of the August month, before your main interview, I think you'll be the most confident one to face your interview.
See, okay. So taking up a test, right? You have anything to add, Patulia? Right.
We are even ready to continue because once this event gets over, we still have 2 days left in Mumbai. After maybe we get back home. You belong to Chennai and she belongs to Central, and we all belong to like various places. Like in Coimbatore, we have our company. So we can even conduct mock interviews.
Arjun belongs to Chennai, Tanjavur, and Shanti belongs to Chennai.
Okay, so sorry, I have misunderstood the location and I have lived in that.
Oh, okay.
You better listen, we are trying to.
Yeah, man, yeah. Go ahead. Please.
We are even ready to conduct mock interview for report. So what is it here? What?
That's a diary that explains about the criminal case that you are.
What is it, madam? He has a perfect connotation towards each thing. This is actually a journal, and imagine officers reading a book.
You got 15 cases against you. The police department
You
is
have already
searching for you.
explained the innocence towards you or innocence towards you, right?
Why am I not getting confidence on you? I was able to listen to her.
She is able to get confidence on me.
Okay.
Okay, if I explain first.
Journal. Come on.
Consider this as a book. What is it? The front cover of the book or the back cover of the book? And this is the first page of the book. So the front cover, for the next therapy, imagine about the front cover. First, these conditions are very safe. You sit in a place, you sit straight or lie down, you count from, instead of counting from 100 to 1 as Kirtana said, you can actually count from 20 to 1. Because it is not compulsory that you have to reach the alpha level. But the place or the condition you are reaching should be out of distraction. So you should not get distracted. That is impossible. You might get 1 or 2 distractions as you are the beginners in this therapy. You will get lots of
distraction. But as days go gradually, your distraction numbers will decrease. So when you reach that state, actually the first friend cover is the problem with your face. So as for your consider, we have three problems: darkness phobia, moth phobia, and the third one is expectation mismatch. You have lots of expectations from other people, but you have a self-doubt that you might not be able to meet the those. So first, find out which is the first one. Due to the inherent characteristics or inherent disadvantages you have in fact, that is how the main characteristics that you are facing, that is expectation mismatch is arising. Once you get over dark phobia and moth phobia, you can directly get over the expectation mismatch that would reduce as far as you are concerned. And as far as you are considered, concern, the like the intention or an instinct that would let you know that you are happy now, or the next day you might feel something sad. And this is the inherent characteristic that you are having. So the main characteristic is female chauvinism. That is, you develop hatred towards them. So these are your characteristics. First, focus on one main thing. For your mock phobia as the first one, and for you the instinct that you have, the happiness and sadness. So first, the friend cover is the problem with your kids. So you imagine that you are whenever you see something that you in the light of picture, you feel different in your nature, and you imagine that you are actually feeling that the next day you are crying because of the happiness that you had last day. So this is the friend stage. Then you get on to the middle page. This is the first picture. This is called key picture technique. The first picture is the front page. So this is the middle page. The second picture that you have to visualize. The steps that you are taking. So the manifestation therapy is a step that you are taking. The book reading is another step. So try to imagine this a person like a person who builds culture. They are using a chisel, right? You know what is a chisel. So imagine how they are actually building this culture using the chisel. So that is where you actually see the steps that you both are taking respectively. Yes. This is the second picture of the stair.
Self-carving.
Exactly, self-carving yourself using a chisel. Even tomorrow I will show some of the pictures about it. And then you get down to the third picture. This is the back picture. There you see that you have already turned out.
Yes. What Mitra is trying to, out of character, what Mitra is trying to explain is a three-picture technique. That's a neuro-linguistic programming psychological therapy that a person can use for handling the adverse levels of emotions. So in character, she is trying to explain the three-picture technique. All of these things like manifestation exercise and the three-picture technique, and somewhere related to what Avantika mentioned about the personality test module. About all this, I have got learning videos. So whenever you need those videos, you can ask me. I'll send the links. Ananya and Arjun.
Yeah. This is the third and the final page of picture that you see. You are seeing that we have already got rid of your.
Perhaps the new version of us.
Yes. So you are seeing in the present continuous form. You must have done present continuous tense. So instead of tense, you replace with the word form. Present continuous form. What is present? The present time. Continuous means it's going on. You're experiencing that. You see in the third picture that you have got rid of your mock phobia. You are actually standing in front of a big mass of crowded people and you're speaking very courageously and bravely. And you see that
being happy always.
Yes.
Not having any misfortune. Even if the misfortune comes, she should visualize that she has a mindset to face it.
You have a third problem that
Thank you.
And you see that exactly what
she's like my sister.
Like the happy moments, even if you have sad moments, there will be times where you would experience a lot of happiness. So with this, you get over, you come from 1 to 10, you refresh yourself, you rub your palm and refresh yourself.
Fine, got it. But I've got $1 million question. If I'll have to use what Avantika mentioned, what Ethan mentioned, and what you mentioned. Let's take for example, I'm a little greedy that I should use all the three techniques that we have taught. What can I do? What's my approach?
Use all three techniques. Use three.
Everything.
Morning. Because this is 4:30 to 7. My technique that I have told you can do this anytime, but the thing is you should not have any distractions. And I'm saying like we are ready to conduct mock interviews because we have the experience like taking people and asking them questions. So we will have a trial mock interview.
Okay. I get it. So myself and Shanti, if we are using these techniques, What is the guarantee you three are giving as to we will not be going back to the same old weak stage? How long will this persist, this improvement or the kind of transformation that we get out of these three techniques?
So
How
now,
long do you think it is going to persist?
so now is June.
There is no
We'll-
permanent solution, right?
Yeah.
So nice.
So we'll think this as in a July. So you just do this 3 techniques 1 month, just till August, and you'll see, definitely you'll see some difference in it. So from past, before doing the therapies or the solutions which we gave, and after, before, after. So you will have some sort of a difference. You can able to observe your difference in you. Then everything is not stable and everything is not permanent, right? We'll have a temporary. Nothing is permanent. So this also is not a permanent. We'll have to do it. If you are taking some sort of risk, we'll achieve it.
Right.
If you are thinking lethargically, if you are not doing it, you will be in the same sort of.
As far as psychological therapies are concerned,
20.
there is a rule called 21-day rule. So whatever step you take in psychology, you have to do it consistently for 21 days. And on the 22nd day, you will at least see a major like a development. Even if you fail to see a major development, you will at least see a small tinge of development if you are actually very tempered, short-tempered, and when you see do these technique or manifestation technique, you would actually on the 22nd day, you would actually feel that your level of getting angry towards others is reduced. Do that first.
Out of character, Pratulya, you have been remaining very silent so for a long time. What is your take or what is your understanding in this entire skit? The character, Shanti, what did you learn?
Sir, we want to do many therapies for 21 days continuously, sir. If we did a therapy for 21 days continuously, we will see an improvement in ourselves on 22nd day, sir.
Beautiful. Take your life now with the kind of compliance and with the kind of expectations that mom and dad are having on you. No, mom is having on you. Which are all the therapies do you think you should use for getting out of the weaknesses you have? Number one weakness, Pratulya, not weakness, the challenge that you're facing is slip test, marks, stress about the examinations frequency and all that. So I will have to take you out of that first. So out of this particular skit that you yourselves have prepared, which solution is going to be applicable for you personally? Now, in the therapies, manifestation therapy, அதே மாதிரி நம்மளே நம்ம டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கிற மாதிரி அப்படிங்கிற சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு செல்ஃப் அனாலிசிஸ் டெஸ்ட், மித்ரா சொன்ன மாதிரி 3 picture technique. Which one is going to be useful for Pratulya, the 9th grader? Now,
Sir, I think mock test.
Mark test, making a self analysis.
Yes, sir. There will be a confidence in me itself, sir. If I test my talent, that will be some marks, sir. I will be confident with my marks and I will be attending my exam with boldness.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Right. Back in character. You done?
Yes, sir.
So, right. Well done. So, very well explained. First of all, we would like to appreciate Ananya and Arjun. Do you have any questions on their performance as a skit? They have taken a very relaxed 30 minutes for explaining about their skit. Do you have any questions, Ananya and
No, sir. Very
Yes,
good skit.
I have one question.
Yeah, one second. Ananya has got a question to all of you. One second. Sudan Karti, one second, Ananya. So, Sudan,
Okay.
see you on Saturday, right? Come with the presentation. Alpha level kum manifestation exercise kum video பார்க்கிறதுக்கு interest இருந்தால் எனக்கு உடனே சொல்லு. I will send it across to you. Okay? Right. Bye. Right. Thank you. Good. Brother, appreciate பண்ணு. Very good. Thank you, Sudan. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Ananya's question to the team. Come on, Ananya.
Right. So the presentation was amazing. I really loved it. But at the beginning, my internet connection wasn't that great. So I was just wondering, you said Arjun and Shanti met on a train and began talking there, but did you set it up to have them talk, or did they just meet by coincidence?
The last part. The last part. Can you repeat one more time? I mean,
Sure. So, I was just wondering if Arjun and Shanti met by coincidence, or if you set it up for them to meet together.
It was coincidence. It was absolutely a coincidence. There was no plans before that. They met up in a coincidence.
Oh, okay. That's all I was
Yeah.
wondering.
all right. Skit was about. It was a mere coincidence between the individuals, and that's how they made it. I'm glad that you caught it up proper basis. Good job, Ananya. Thank you. Right. So that's pretty much it. We are done with the class today. So people are leaving. Kirtana's parent has also come, and slowly Pratulya's parent would also be here anytime. Vantangalா? Okay, so we are done with it. And Ananya and Achyut, when you are coming next week, I hope that you people have learned something. We will have a learning discussion maybe on Saturday when we are gathering. And Achyut, I will have the learning discussion for you on Sunday. So as far as the presentation topic goes, you can prepare and you can come with a topic of your own choice. All right?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So Achyut, can we call it today? Finish up?
Yeah.
All right.
Sir.
All right. So say your byes. Thank you, Achyut. Bye-bye.
Sure, bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Within no time, they leave. Okay. So we are done with today's class. And thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Madam, one. Can you switch off the recorder?